Hello.
Morning.
Good morning. How you doing, James? You all right?
I'm all right, thank you.
Good. Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you getting on? Are you ready to present? Ready to go?
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Good. How you feeling about the project?
I think it's going well.
Good. Excellent. Let's go. Let's see.
Yeah, let me get the screen share up and running. Things should be a lot smoother now on my computer because I did a little bit of spring cleaning yesterday.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Never hurts.
Just tell me when you can see it.
I can see it. So
Right.
yeah, as I said, whenever you're ready, James. All good.
All right, cool. So, the introduction. The aims of my project is to create a fun and addicting clicker game that can be played on both mobile devices and computers.
Yep.
I want to achieve these aims to create my first major project for my portfolio and for future employers to see my skills in programming. The purpose of this project is to add to my skills in game development. And what I want to do with those skills is I want to use them for larger and more complicated projects in the future. So any bigger clicker games, etc. Or maybe like clicker features in other games that I want to add. Maybe like shops in platformers or something like that. Processing skills. The processing skills I've used in this project so far is I've used skills involving the touch function, local and global variables, and mostly math because it's mostly math that is used for this genre. In this picture, you can see here, I used the floor function to fix an issue involving large numbers where anything above 1 billion money, whenever you add one more to it adds a bunch of zeros onto the end of it for no reason at all. So I used the floor function to fix that with a little bit of dividing and timesing to fix it. I also used math variables in the touch function to create a visual crosshair that displays how fast the player is allowed to click. And that's about that for processing skills. Methods and skills explored. What videos have I looked at? I've looked at a video which is a pixel art tutorial on money. Am I allowed to show you YouTube links?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Just make
Okay,
sure
yeah.
you're keeping stuff under the 10-minute
It's
mark. But
really
yeah, that's
slow.
absolutely fine.
Yeah, it's really fast. Literally just a little
Yeah.
tutorial on how to make a bit of money. And also, this is a video about basically an hour-long tutorial on making just the basics of a clicker game. So that's what I've been having a look at. How do I get this back in full screen? There we go. How am I going to use this in my project? For the video tutorial, I'm going to get the basics up and running for the clicker game, which is currently what I've been doing in the production phase, literally yesterday and the day before. Using global money variables, upgradable and purchasable objects, etc. And for the pixel art tutorial, I haven't yet, as I've been currently experimenting with more important features such as getting the mini game working and the main system in place for like the Ascensions and extra systems and that. My action plan, have I followed it? No. This is because I didn't realize each section was already basically like pre-planned. So like one week we had the what was it, the research presentation, and then the other week we had pre-planned weeks for like research, etc. Because I was planning on doing one less research to give me an extra week's production time, but that didn't turn out because I didn't realize that there was like a system in place already. How that's going, I've moved it, I've stuck to the original plan because I don't want to sacrifice any work that could be necessary to the project, as I don't want to I don't want to go under a pass. That would be horrific. For my experimentation, my first experiment was to create a viable clicking system that improves on the problems of auto clickers and the problems that they cause, like carpal tunnel and arthritis when clicking fast. Want to do this because after doing some primary research, found out that these are the main issues of the genre. They can be easily cheated. User doesn't want to click at unhealthy rates. Did a bit of primary research, looking for a system that was already created by another game, and I found out that Minecraft had made another system in their combat test snapshots. They can hold down left click to automatically attack at a fixed rate, and the experiment went really well. I got the system up and running perfectly. There wasn't really any other ways I could have done it, so I have no other choice but to use that one way. This link doesn't want to work for some reason, but this link just shows a video of the Minecraft tests. For my second experiment, I wanted to create a mini game because the player needs something else to do other than just clicking the big money symbol in the middle and clicking on the other buttons. They need like something fun to do as well. I wanted to learn what method would be the best in the final product to allow me to make the best minigame possible that can fit in the genre. Did some inspirational research and I found an idea that I wanted to try out. As you can see in this video, I was playing this aim trainer. So you see I'm clicking on all of the dots, and that inspired me to make like something like this within the game itself. Maybe like collecting money from taxes and stuff like that. So I did do that. The experiment went quite well. I created a working minigame with 3 different elements that I can choose between for the final product. I would love if these videos actually worked. I'm gonna have to go back for a second so I can copy and paste these. Okay, so you can see in the first element, you can see that little circles appear on the screen, and you can click on them to make the bar go down. And then in the second element, you can see that they are moving as well. And then for the big thing in the way on my screen now. For the third element, I also made it so you can see they are also growing in size and growing smaller in size to add extra challenge and basically just depth to the minigame itself. And go back into present mode. I think all 3 methods working together actually work really well because it gives the most challenge and uniqueness. So I'm going to use all 3 of them together at the same time. And for my third experiment, I wanted to create an ascension system that could work for people who want to play the game, like long term. I wanted to learn what method would work the best. I have a few choices, being a regular resetting the game and giving you a boost sort of system, and then there's like a skill tree sort of system. I've got a picture of Cookie Clicker. You can see up here you've got your level, which gives you a boost on how high it is, and then around this cookie here you can click on objects that have different abilities, which is like a skill tree sort of system. And the experimentation went sort of well. I was able to create the boosting system, but due to time limitations, I wasn't able to make the other system, the skill tree system. So if I had more time, I probably would have gotten that done. And then there's this video here, which again doesn't want to let me click it. It's just a little test. You can see I click on money, and it gives me 2 money per second. And then if I go back up to 1 billion, and then I click the ascend button, you see it gets reset back to nothing. And then I can get myself 20, and you see gets 0.4 money per second instead of 0.2. So basically, it's doubled it. And also, this is an example of the problem with
Yeah.
really small numbers that I had to fix earlier. Other than that, it worked well. And for my feedback, I created a form for people to play test and answer questions about my game, more specifically the features within it. I gathered lots of feedback, such as the mini game wasn't possible to beat at stage 5, and the mini game needed some variety with like different notes to click to do different things. So like one that could give you a bit of a boost in the prize money, or one that could do a bit more damage to the health bar, etc. And also, apparently, the prize was unclear, which is what one said down here in this picture. Yeah. Also got some feedback with the Ascension system saying that it was very unclear what the feature does. I need to have like an indicator that tells them exactly what it does, so they know what they're clicking on. Feedback's very useful to me because if I didn't get that feedback, I would have assumed they would know exactly how the features work, and I shouldn't really assume in general. So I made that feedback form. And for the clicking system, they said that it worked perfectly fine, no flaws whatsoever, which is perfect. And that is it for my presentation.
Excellent, good stuff. Well done, James. What I'll do is I will talk to you properly tomorrow. I'll give you proper feedback, go through everything. In the meantime, keep cracking on as you are. But yeah, well done. Good stuff. And yeah, I will
All right, thank you.
speak to you tomorrow. Okay. All the best, James. Good luck, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay. Well done.
All right,
Bye.
see you in a
Bye.
bit.